Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ravens flock. What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. So, it's been quite the season. It's been a season of ups and downs for the Ravens. The constant injuries they've gone through, the constant struggles they've gone through, the craziness that's been these games. Okay, you've had maybe 2 games that have not been insane. 2 games this season. Everything else has been either an epic comeback or an embarrassing loss or a heartbreaking loss or a game that comes down to the wire. Nothing has been easy for the Ravens this year, and there have been problems on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Offensively, we continue to talk about the struggles with the execution. Lamar isn't playing his best football. The offensive line isn't looking so great. And the play calling with Greg Roman has been inconsistent. There's a lot of problems with the Ravens offense right now, and it's something they need to fix. However, I don't want to focus on that right now. I want to turn my attention to this Ravens defense because it seems like they are finally starting to turn the corner. This defense is starting to get themselves together, and they are turning a new page. The last couple of games, this defense has looked nice. They looked nice against Chicago, and of course on Sunday Night Football against the Browns, they won us that game. That was Ravens football right there by that defense. And I just have to take this time to give this defense their credit because they're finally starting to put things together. Despite all the injuries they've suffered, they're finally starting to get it together. For one, the secondary is starting to hold up a bit better than the way they were in previous weeks. Now, they're still giving up big plays here and there. Obviously, we've got a bend but don't break defense. Our secondary is riddled with injuries, so I'm not expecting them to be shut down every single week. That's just asking for too much. With a secondary that is battered and beaten up and you've lost several starters, you cannot ask for these guys every week to go out there against high competition and shut these guys down. That's asking too much from an injury-riddled secondary. However, limiting the amount of big plays they give up, that is a positive, and they're starting to do that. We're starting to see the secondary make some plays. Even when they're missing guys, they're starting to make plays. Marlon Humphrey starting to turn it up a little bit more. He still has the occasional habit of being a little bit too physical, which is causing the pass interferences, which is why you're seeing more and more quarterbacks target him. Not because he's a bad corner, but because he's too physical that they know they can get a flag out of it because he's going to be very physical with the receiver. So, he's starting to turn the corner. He's starting to improve as well. But it's not just him. It's the entire defense. This pass rush continues to be something special. It continues to improve. It continues to be great. This rookie in Odafe Owe is beyond everybody's expectations, man. This guy, we were so high on him coming into this season. We were so high on him. Me initially, when I first saw the pick, I wasn't sure why they drafted this guy, but the minute I realized they were going to use him as an edge rusher and put him on the defensive line and let him go to work, I said we can make this work. Because I wasn't initially sure about the pick. I liked the player because I saw the athleticism, I saw the talent there. However, I felt that if he's not going to be a pass rusher, why are you going to draft him? However, they did draft him to be a pass rusher, and from the moment I realized they were going to put him on the edge, I was all in on Odafe Owe. I didn't care about no sacks his final year in college. With his talent and with the way the Ravens know how to develop defensive players, I knew this guy would be able to go off, and we spoke about it. Everybody in the Ravens flock spoke about it. We had high hopes for this guy coming into the season. We believed he would be able to answer the call, and he is overachieved our expectations. He continues to be great. He was great from the get-go, from week 1 getting that first sack, week 2 getting the fumble against Mahomes. He's been causing several fumbles this season. I mean, the guy is a rookie, and he's just doing everything for us. He is our guy. He is our guy for the future on that defense, man. Oh my goodness. He's just spectacular. I gotta give this man, Odafe Owe, his credit. He has been great from the get-go since week 1. He doesn't even look like a rookie, and he's not even playing like a rookie. That's what's spectacular. So I had to take this time to give him his credit. Justin Houston is also playing well. Obviously, he brought that veteran presence to the defense and to the pass rushing group, so I appreciate what Houston brings to the table. He's been nice as well, and he has definitely been a great mentor to Odafe Oweh. So I love what I'm getting from Justin Houston. Another person I'm proud of, Tyus Bowser, who's really coming to form this season, and he is terrorizing quarterbacks right now. Like, he's putting so much pressure, he's making tackles, he's getting to the quarterbacks and forcing sacks, he's just making plays all over the field. I love what I'm seeing from Tyus Bowser. I love what I'm seeing from the pass rushing unit as a whole. They're starting to get more and more and more pressure, and they're starting to make more plays. That's why you're seeing a lot of times there'll be occasions where they're not even gonna send that much pressure. They'll send a 4-man rush, and you'll see moments where Odafe Oweh is so close to getting to him. And you're just seeing this pass rushing group. They've improved as the season goes on, and I hope they continue to improve. Next, I gotta look at another guy here, Patrick Queen. A lot of people were very, very disappointed with how Patrick Queen started off on the season. Now, I was one to say that he was missing one element to make him great, and that was the element of tackling. Because when you go back and look at the film, everybody, man, if you go back and look at the film, it was clear as day that this guy had made those improvements. He clearly improved from year 1 to year 2, because if you saw from the film, he was reading the play right and getting to the right spots to make the tackle. Oh, he showed the improvement. His awareness on the field has improved tremendously compared to last year, and it was showing in the first half of the season. Unfortunately, he would get to the right spot, but he wouldn't make the tackle. And because he wasn't making the tackle and getting beat, he was looking bad early on in the season. And a lot of people were getting on him. I was one to speak out and say that we need to calm down, because it's not just him. It was the defense as a whole. So let's speak about the defense as a whole. Because a lot of issues we saw early on in the first half of the season, it was blown coverages from the secondary, and it was a lack of pressure at times other than Odafe Oweh, and it really came down to the whole defense as a unit not being able to properly tackle. In the first half of this season, this defense could not tackle to save their life, and it was hurting us time and time and time and time again. It really hurt us against the Cincinnati Bengals, and that's why Jamar Chase was able to take it the distance, and it just caused a lot of miscommunications in the secondary, and things got bad. Now, we spoke about that during the bye week, and we said this defense has got to get it together. It's simple fundamentals. They got to get on the same page, but most importantly, they have to tackle. And I'll tell you this right now, ladies and gentlemen, they're doing that. They are making the plays. They're not giving up a lot of blown coverages. The communication is there for the most part, and most importantly, this Ravens defense is tackling. They are making the tackles. Patrick Queen is now executing on the plays he was making early on when he wasn't making the tackle. Not now, in the first half, when he was getting to the spot, not making the tackle. Now in the second half, he's getting to those spots and he's making the tackle. That's why you're seeing him make a lot of stops in the run game. He's making a lot of stops, making a lot of tackles behind the line. We saw it here on Sunday night against the Browns. Just burst through the middle and just made that tackle behind the line. Just so much improvement from the tackling from this defense, and I couldn't be prouder. For the first time this season, this defense carried Lamar Jackson to a win. That's something special, man, because pretty much the entire season, Lamar has had to carry this team, especially when the defense is messed up at times and when the offense isn't in sync. He's had to carry this team and elevate them to comeback wins. Now, to see this moment where the defense is carrying Lamar in a situation where he's having the worst performance of his career, it's something special, man. It's something special, and it's something I love seeing from this Ravens defense. Shout out to all the players there, them getting themselves together, them starting to perform at a high level, especially late in the year. This is what Ravens football is about. When you get to late November, December, we need this defense to show up. And now they're finally starting to emerge. They're starting to turn the corner. They should not get back to what they were doing before. Do not slack off, Ravens defense. Don't go back to missing tackles. Continue to keep this pressure. Continue to play at this high of a level, because tackling does wonders. And we obviously saw what that did for us in the game against the Browns, because Tyus Bowser on Njoku, 4th down, makes the tackle. Game over. if this was the first half of the season and Joker's going to break out of that tackle and pick it up for a first down, and maybe he gets all the way to midfield, who knows? But not with the way the Ravens defense is playing right now. Because they're tackling, they're not giving up those type of plays. That is a key difference. Now they're putting offenses in second and long situations or third and long situations because they're making the tackle. Because when they break through the line of scrimmage to stop the run, they're making the tackle instead of giving up that tackle. Next thing you know, the running back goes for an extra 5 or 6 yards. Now this Ravens defense is starting to emerge and looking like the defense we've wanted them to be. Obviously, it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect, especially with the injuries they have. But if this defense can continue to play at this level late in the year, this could be something special, and the Ravens might have an opportunity to go the distance. However, the offense is still an issue. While the defense starts to turn the page in the right direction, the offense is starting to trail and fall off. Lamar is not playing his best football right now. The last couple games, he has not looked great. It's not just been him, obviously. He hasn't looked great. The offensive line has been poor all season, and it's not getting better. Sometimes the execution is just not there between Lamar and his receivers, and of course the play calling has been inconsistent, though there are plenty of situations where you cannot completely blame it on play calling. There are definitely a lot of moments where I look and say the play calling's the issue. Greg Roman's not doing this and that. However, when you get a game like Sunday night where Lamar throws 4 picks, there's nothing you can do to put any sort of blame on Greg Roman for that. I can hold him accountable for some of the play calling that was in that game, and I did, but I'm never going to blame him for the offensive line not doing their job or Lamar turning the ball over, because that's not his fault. That's pure execution. If the offensive line can't block, Greg Roman can't do anything. He's just a play caller. If Lamar's not making the plays and turning the ball over, that's not on Greg Roman. That's on Lamar. So yeah, there are several issues. It's not Greg Roman, so it's not like it's only his fault and we only blame him. No. It's Greg Roman's inconsistencies with the play calling and the inconsistencies with the adjustments. It's the lack of execution by this offensive line who continues to just struggle every week. And it's the lack of execution between Lamar and his receivers. That needs to get cleaned up. If the defense is truly starting to turn this page in the right direction, then the offense needs to get it together. We are 8-3 right now, but honestly, if we get into the playoffs as the number 1 seed and we face off with a team in the postseason, we're going to go one and done. Because with the way our offense is playing, you're not going to beat some of these guys. And of course, when you're looking at our schedule, we still got to deal with a team like the Packers. Cincinnati's there again. We got Pittsburgh coming up this week. If this offense does not get it together down the stretch, they got no hopes to make a Super Bowl run. So these last 6 weeks really do matter. The defense is starting to turn the page. This offense needs to take these last 6 games to make sure, one, they clinch themselves a playoff spot and hopefully win the division and get the number 1 seed. But most importantly, take these last 6 games as an opportunity to fix all the issues you're seeing right now with the offense. Get yourself together, align with the defense, and if they can do that, then they will truly be dangerous in the playoffs. But we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, that's all I got to say here. That is all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace!